you're almost like a class clown of society now. Were you like that in high school, or were you just like a straight laced kid at that time?
Yeah, absolutely. I was like just like this in high school. I mean, I was if there was somebody that needed sort of dressing down, or including teacher, principal, whatever. I remember my first day of school, I actually dressed down the principal a bit. That was sort of a funny thing to do. I guess I have the like fearlessness of
But did your parents like discipline you? Were they like, dude, what the fuck? Show some respect.
Yeah. I
But
think
not really.
I don't know. I think there's like this, I've always had this, opinion that people take themselves too seriously and take authority too seriously. And of course, I landed myself in prison. But yeah, I think that, there's,
and you are right. They do take themselves seriously. Yeah. Yeah. Another prediction
Sam,
that you've gotten
I
correct.
remember one time Martin was on Blab, and again the numbers were going crazy. I was like, I got to see what happened. He must be acting a fool or something. I don't know what's going on. And I go in, and the CNN reporter was demanding like an interview with him. She was like, you should, Martin. I've been watching this. It's really interesting. I would love to have a conversation with you on CNN. And he's like, no, you come on my show. This is my show. You want to interview me? We can do it right here. And she's like, okay, I'm not going to do that. But if you come on CNN, he's like, no, come on the show. And then she's like refusing or whatever. He's like, she starts like trying to like have a moment to like tell him how bad he is. And then he asked her, he's like, I'm going to the gala tonight. You want to be my plus one? And then he like bought her a plane ticket.
Yeah, didn't you end up going out? Didn't you go out?
No,
with her?
not this one. But I just thought, wow, what a like, they don't teach that in PR school. Just ask him on a date if the interview's not going well.
Breaking down the fourth wall is like my specialty, right? Like, and what Elon sort of did that to that BBC guy the other day. Like I would always ask, I remember one of my analysts, who was on the sell side before joining me on the buy side, and he brought a management team to come over to, this is sort of skipping ahead in my career a little bit to having my own funds. And he brought a management team over to, pitch some stock or pitch a pipe or something. And I asked the CEO why he didn't own any stock in his company. And he sort of is like hemming and hawing, like, that temperature's kind of getting hot. And I said, because I have your proxy right here. And I put it on the table, and I said, it looks like you make $550,000 a year. That's a good amount of money. Can you promise me today that you'll buy like $10,000 or $20,000 of your stock at least? And the guy's just sort of like, the most uncomfortable meeting in the history of Wall Street, because I kept like hammering on it. I was like, no, but just tell me, like, why can't you afford to spend $10,000 and buy your own stock? The stock price will go up. Everyone wins. You'll show confidence that, and I just wouldn't like for 20 minutes, let it go. And it was just, one of these like, breaking down that fourth wall. I'm not supposed to do that. His personal finances are up to him, is what most portfolio managers would say. He's allowed to not own his stock. It's really his call. But, being able to sort of like, cut to the chase on half these things and like, address the elephant in the room is kind of the thing that I like to do, even if it's really uncomfortable or difficult or embarrassing or, faux pas. It's something that, I'll just sort of, cut to the chase with.
Well, I remember when you got arrested, or the headline was like, you had to put up like your Fidelity account or something like that had like $60 million in it. And at the time you were, I don't know how old you were, 32 or something. I mean, early 30s, very young. And it was a significant amount of money. And that was just your Fidelity account, let alone like your, the touring, the pharma companies that you'd founded.